So in the last period, we have discussed these 4 ports, that is port 0, port 1, port 2 and port 3. We have discussed it in details. Now these are the important pins of the 8051 microcontroller. We know that 32 pins are used for ports and remaining 8 pins. What are those 8 pins? That we can see it here in front of you. PSEN, that is program store enable. Okay, it is for external code memory. Last time I told you that whenever the memory address of the microcontroller exceeds 0FFF, that is 4 kilobytes, next address will be 1000. So naturally, this address is outside the microcontroller, because inside the microcontroller, the addresses are 0000 up to 0FFF, that is 4 kilobytes. Above 4 kilobytes, it means that you are accessing external memory. Microcontroller understands. So what microcontroller will do? It will send a PSEN signal, program store enable signal. This signal is an activation signal or initialization signal for the external code memory, that is ROM memory. Code memory is also called as ROM memory, and data memory is called as RAM memory. So for external code memory, this signal is used. Correct? So whenever whenever your address is address of the ROM, particularly whenever the address of your ROM is 1000 or above, this PSEN signal is going to get generated to activate the external code memory. I think this is very clear. Second signal is ALE, address latch enable. I have told you that port 0 is used as address cum data bus. It is a multiplexed. Address bus and data bus are multiplexed. To demultiplex, to separate these buses, we require a ALE signal. So whenever the controller sends the address on the address bus, correct, it will send a ALE signal. This ALE signal can be used to latch the address, to store the address at the output of the latch. Okay. Then there is a EA signal, external access. External access. External access means if this signal, this pin particularly, EA pin, is grounded, then the microcontroller assumes that you are not going to use your internal ROM memory. It assumes that you are not going to use your internal memory, internal ROM memory. Correct? Even if you have 4 kilobytes memory, you are not going to use that memory. The meaning is like that. So if the EA signal is grounded, then your internal memory is not used by the microcontroller. All the external memory will be used. If your EA signal is held high, connected to VCC, okay, logically high, then microcontroller understands that you want to use internal memory. You want to use the internal ROM memory, 4 kilobytes. That is the meaning of this EA pin. Then we have VCC, ground. These are the 2 pins, correct? XTAL1, XTAL2. These 2 pins are for connecting the crystal, and RST pin. In case of microcontroller, reset is high, active high. Means whenever this pin goes high, the microcontroller is resetted. Correct? Microcontroller is resetted. So normally, for normal operation, this pin should be low. This pin should be low. Whenever you want to reset it, you make it high, the microcontroller will reset immediately. This is the meaning. So here you can see there is a crystal connection to the 8051. Okay, this is a piezoelectric crystal. 1 minute. Yes. So yeah. So I have brought one more device here. That is a E-pad. E-pad, you can say. E-pad is used here. Yeah. What you can do is, here is your crystal. This is your crystal. So crystal is nothing but a piezoelectric crystal. All of you know what is piezoelectric crystal. The piezoelectric material is used as a crystal. I can draw it here like this. This is a crystal. These are the two plates in which the crystal is sandwiched. Correct? So this is the actual picture of the crystal. Now, whenever you connect this crystal, suppose this crystal is 1 megahertz. Suppose it is 1 megahertz. Let us assume that it is 1 megahertz. So what will happen? Your clock frequency generated will be of 1 megahertz. This is your clock frequency. This will be of 1 megahertz. MHz. I think this is clear, correct? Yeah. So there are options actually. You have two options. One is you can use inductor and capacitor, or you can use piezoceramic device. Instead of piezoelectric device, piezoceramics are also available. They are called as ceramic resonators. Okay. So one can go for ceramic devices also. Piezoelectric device and piezoceramic devices, they are almost same except the material. In case of piezoelectric material, we use quartz, Rochley salt, barium titanate, correct? All these devices, all these materials, they are purely piezoelectric materials. Whereas piezoelectric ceramics means we use ceramic materials, and those ceramic materials, we are using it as a piezoelectric material. Okay, of course, the frequency accuracy will be less. Frequency accuracy in case of piezoelectric ceramics is less as compared to piezoelectric crystals. Okay, so piezoceramics are less accurate, while piezoelectrics are more accurate to the frequency. So normally we use these piezoelectrics crystals. Of course, they are available at a cost of 20 rupees, 25 rupees. Whereas piezoelectric ceramics, they are available at a cost of rupees 5. So you can say that cost is almost 3 times or 4 times as compared to the piezoelectric crystal. So where cheap systems are required, we use piezoceramics. Where efficient systems are required, we use piezoelectric. That is the only difference. Okay, I think this part is clear.